If you're planning a move to the DC area and you've decided on Arlington County, Virginia, then this is the right video for you, because today we're going through the list of the top 11 best neighborhoods in Arlington County and learning a little bit about each one. I'm Julie Grandin, your local Arlington and DC area realtor. Welcome to our channel, Living in Arlington and the DC area. Everything we do here is meant to make your move to or within the DC area easier on you. So please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss something that could help. To get this out of the way, this is my opinion list. It's not any sort of formal source. I did grow up in Arlington. I know it very well from a less formal living in it perspective and from a more formal real estate market perspective. In putting together the list, I wanted to give a nice broad range of options, figuring that not everybody is a perfect fit for every neighborhood. I will say though, Arlington does have a lot of great neighborhoods. All 11 on our list have a ranking of A+ on niche.com, as well as about 10 or so more. So there are a lot of wonderful Arlington neighborhoods to pick from. So with all that being said, let's get started. Arlington County's top 11 neighborhoods.
Coming in at number 11 is Aurora Highlands.
This neighborhood makes up the very large majority of the newly termed National Landing. There's Pentagon City Mall, Pentagon Row, as well as many other shops and restaurants throughout Aurora Highlands. This neighborhood offers a very diverse range of housing options. Of course, you have apartments and condos in the larger buildings. As far as houses go, they're all sort of centrally located. The actual residential part of the neighborhood has a very nice, quiet,
relaxed feel, even though you're right around the corner from the bustling city. There's a huge range of styles of homes in this neighborhood. You have smaller bungalows and Cape Cods, some brick colonials, as well as some larger, more modern style homes. And as you start going up the hill towards Arlington Ridge neighborhood, you'll find larger, more stately homes on bigger lots as well. This is 23rd Street, which is a wonderful row of restaurants, just a single block, tons of great international restaurants, as well as Bob and Edith's Diner. It's not the original location, but a new location of the longtime Arlington staple. Now going down Route 1 to get the other angle on Aurora Highlands. You'll see some of the larger buildings, offices, and condos and apartments. And these two buildings, first half of Amazon's second headquarters in Arlington, which are now complete, Met Park.
For number 10, we have Ashton Heights.
Ashton Heights goes along Glebe Road and Route 50 with Pershing Drive running down the middle. This right here is Buckingham, which is a mix of different apartments and condos. Great little shopping center. My mom actually lived in Buckingham when she first moved to Virginia in the 1960s. And I do want to tell you this because I heard it every time we passed by Buckingham when I was a kid, so it must be important. This post office used to be a movie theater. It's also a great place to rent or buy your first condo. Some things I really like about Ashton Heights is the mix of different styles of architecture. There are a lot of large, interesting Victorian style homes. It's one of a few places in Arlington that has this many, and what I've noticed when I walk through the front doors of these homes, many of them are much bigger on the inside than they seem from the outside. So for styles of housing, you have the condos and apartments by Buckingham, and then most of the neighborhood is single family homes like you're seeing here. There are a few areas with duplexes. An interesting fact that I learned while making this video is that Bolston Quarter is technically in Ashton Heights and not in Ballston at all. Now there are no residential properties in Bolston Quarter, so I suppose the closest residences are in Bolston neighborhood, but in any case their neighbors, both residents, share Bolston Quarter. And as we leave Ashton Heights, you'll see the pedestrian footbridge which crosses over Route 50, which would be a great landmark to use when you're telling your friends and family how to get to your new home.
For number 9, we have Westover Village,
which is a quiet, small community running along Washington Boulevard with Westover Shopping Center right in the center. For a smaller and out-of-the-way shopping center, Westover is great. It has just about anything you could need. The original Lost Dog Cafe is here, their spin-off The Stray Cat, Lebanese Taverna, and a really popular beer garden. A public library, a grocery store, and a post office. They also have a great farmer's market here every Sunday. You'll notice that this neighborhood has a very large swing between its median sales price and the rent price. That's because there are all of these really affordable apartments in Westover, which is great if you're looking for a reasonably priced rental within walking distance to a metro. You are only about a mile and a half from East Falls Church Metro, and 4 Mile Run bike trail runs along the side of Westover. So there's a lot of ways to get around without a car if you live in Westover. It is a tight-knit community. The residents are really proud of their neighborhood and everything it has to offer, making it a really nice community to be a part of. Just a quick note, there will be a custom home search for every single neighborhood in this video in the description down below. So if you want to get started or you wanted to check out one of these neighborhoods in a little more detail, go down below to the description and click on your favorite neighborhood's name.
For number 8, we have Fairlington and Cherrydale.
These neighborhoods run along 395 in South Arlington. Cherrydale is very much the commercial area, condos and apartments as well. There is plenty of free garage and outdoor parking. This wonderful shopping center, when it was designed, it was the first large shopping center in the DC area, and it still works very well to this day. There are many great restaurants. It's been really well thought out, so you do have like one of everything here. There's a library as well, coffee shops. This right here is the award-winning Signature Theater. Now for the residential side of this double neighborhood, let's take a look at Fairlington. You have condos and townhomes here. They all sort of look like condos, but there are townhomes in here as well. Built in the 1940s, Fairlington is an early example of successful large-scale community planning. It also has an incredibly organized condo association. It would have to work with this size of a community. This is one of the only places I know that you can go in as a buy and hold investor, buy a new place, turn around, rent it out, and almost immediately make a profit. There is a great community center here. It's also home to my daughter's all-time favorite park, Fairlington Park, which we call the Tube Slide Park, and you can check out our video about that at the top.
For number 7, we have Cherrydale.
And this is Dorothy Ham Middle School, top-rated middle school in Arlington, where your students will be attending if you live in Cherrydale. Cherrydale neighborhood is bisected by Langston Boulevard, a heavily traveled commercial road. You'll see there are a lot of local businesses here in Cherrydale, a lot of small one-off businesses. They are building some condos and there are some apartments along Langston Boulevard, but Cherrydale is primarily single-family homes. So as we get into the neighborhood, this neighborhood began to be developed in the early 1900s, and you can see that by the variety of the homes. They have an amazing amount of styles of homes, many of them from the early 1900s. Farmhouse style, Cape Cods, Vic Craftsman, Queen Anne, Victorian of course, and colonial, and many more styles. There are actually 880 historic buildings in this neighborhood. 830 of them are single-family homes. Living in this neighborhood will mean that your kids get to go to some of Arlington's finest schools. It's also a very quick trip to get to DC if you continue down Langston Boulevard, and you'll find easy access to Route 66 as well. And as you can see here, there are at least 2 new construction homes that I'm sure will be available on the market soon. And we'll head out of the neighborhood through the famous 5 Points intersection.
For number 6, we have Arlington Heights.
Running along Glebe Road and between Route 50 and Columbia Pike, this neighborhood is convenient to everything. Along Glebe here, there's a nice mix of reasonably priced apartments and some duplexes, giving you a lot of more affordable housing options. This is the newly built Alice W. Fleet Elementary School with a net zero energy impact, and Thomas Jefferson Middle School, and an enormous community center, which any county resident can use. And the fields behind the community center is where they hold the Arlington County Fair every year. Along with other things, on Friday nights you can go roller skating with the family for a very reasonable price. This entire neighborhood of Arlington Heights is actually on the National Historic Register. There are 737 historic buildings in this neighborhood, leading to another neighborhood with a huge variety of styles of homes to choose from. There is some really great retail going down Columbia Pike here. A lot of small businesses, but also some bigger shops as well, gas stations, McDonald's, things like that. And here's the famous Arlington Cinema and Draft House, also part of this neighborhood. That would be one of those historic buildings we just talked about. A lot of great restaurants. This is the Arlington County Career Center. A lot of great programs are held there. Nice playground, and going back down Walter Reed to Route 50.
For number 5,
We have Clarendon. This neighborhood truly is in the heart of Arlington. Between Clarendon and Courthouse, you have 2 metro stops, so both are very, very walkable. Clarendon was first laid out along Wilson Boulevard in 1900 and became Arlington's first downtown. To this day, Clarendon is one of the most active and urban parts of the city. One of the best places to go to if you're looking for restaurants, shopping, and nightlife. There are tons of restaurants and shops. A mix of upscale and mom and pop shops is a great place to go for food. To the absolutely amazing Rocky Run Park. It is worth checking out whether you have kids or not. It's a beautiful place to hang out, play basketball, go jogging, and the like. The homes in the neighborhoods are much like we saw in Ashton Heights and Arlington Heights. You have a lot of historic homes. A lot of the styles are similar to what we saw in Cherrydale as well. However, the lot sizes are smaller. The land here is just at more of a premium, being more urban and central and along the metro line. And I do want to give you a heads up. When you look at the average real estate price, you see $712. However, that is for condos and single family homes averaged together. When I look them up separately, you're looking at more like $520 for a 1 or 2 bedroom condo. For single family homes, 3 or more bedroom, the average is more in the range of $1.4 million. And as we head out of Clarendon, you'll see Northside Social, fantastic coffee place and restaurant. Coming in at number 4, we have Donaldson Run. Marymount University here on the right. Donaldson Run is a stream that runs through this neighborhood. However, the neighborhood runs along Glebe Road, Langston Boulevard, Military Road, Old Dominion Boulevard, and backs to Potomac Overlook Park. This neighborhood is truly a secluded wooded oasis near the Potomac. There are several parks in the neighborhood. Potomac Overlook Park, which is a massive regional park with 67 acres of land. Zachary Taylor Park, Lee Heights Park, Donaldson Run Trail are some of them. There are many amazing homes here as well. Many of the homes were built in the 1940s and 50s, so a bit newer than what we've been looking at so far. Home buyers look to this area to get a little more space than you do in other parts of Arlington. Living in Donaldson Run also makes for a very short commute to DC. There are really only single-family homes in this neighborhood, and they're on a little bit more land than what you see elsewhere, bringing home buyers to search for homes here so that they can get a little more space. Another border is the beautiful Washington Golf and Country Club. Real estate-wise, homes in this neighborhood really are in high demand. Oftentimes they will sell in just a few days before you even get to have an open house for it. There really are some impressive homes in this neighborhood. For number 3, we have Roslin. Roslin is located along the Potomac in Arlington. It is the skyline that you see in many photos of Arlington. You have quick access to DC through a few methods. You've got Key Bridge to Georgetown and Theodore Roosevelt Bridge to get you to the National Mall and Foggy Bottom, that part of DC, and the Metro line shown here. I learned in recent news that they have development plans for this corner, so sometime soon we're going to have to say goodbye to the gas station under a church in Roslin. Roslin is a heavily commercial area, and you can tell that from the fact that it's a very large neighborhood with many tall buildings and still only about 3,000 residents. You can find single family and townhomes here. Most of the residences are condos. Looking at the average price of a home here can be a little misleading. Although it is mostly condos, they still range greatly. One actually just sold here for $6 million. When you average that in, it'll bring the average up quite a bit. There are condos available in this neighborhood for as low as $150,000, $400,000. So there are options here for everybody. Speaking of $6 million condos, this building right here is Turnberry Tower, built about 15 years ago now. Nothing has been done to quite the same standards in Northern Virginia before or since. When a condo opens up there, it's an opportunity to find something truly remarkable. And now we are down to the top 2. And for number 2, we have Blumont, a relatively quiet neighborhood along Glebe Road, which you see here. There's a great donut shop, Harris Teeter, Target, and a Silver Diner, amongst other things. It is right across Glebe Road from Ballston Quarter. It's also bordered by Wilson Boulevard, Route 50, and the 51-acre Blumont Park. Blumont made it to number 2 on the list because of a combination of aspects. It is very safe, low crime, the schools are fantastic. You even have the Spanish immersion school, Escuela Key, in the middle, and the real estate. This neighborhood is mostly single-family homes and some townhomes. There are condos, newer ones along Glebe Road, but the real estate in general is more reasonable in some of the other neighborhoods nearby. Single-family home in this neighborhood with a relatively big backyard probably be spending about $300,000 less, which is pretty significant. Now, I mentioned Blumont Park, which is amazing. It runs the length of the neighborhood and includes great tennis courts, full-size baseball fields, playgrounds, disc golf course, a wonderful creek,
and a really great bike trail. Well, really a network of them, which connects to other ones when you leave the neighborhood, so you can easily get to any place you'd really want to go.
To Falls Church, to DC, to Boston Metro.
In fact, one of these great bike trails is the reason why it takes 30 minutes or less to walk to Boston Metro, no matter where you are in Blumont.
Maybe that's why you don't see any cars around, and there's no traffic.
I wonder where that guy's going. There really are bike trails all over this neighborhood. And topping off our list at number 1, we have Bolston. In between Glebe Road, 10th Street, Wilson Boulevard, and I-66. It is very conveniently located. Very easy to get to DC from here or out to Fairfax and elsewhere. The reason this has made it to number 1 is for the variety. In this neighborhood, you have very diverse living opportunities. You have plenty of apartments and condos, townhomes, and single-family homes. A really good mix of types of properties. In addition to that, the entertainment, dining, and shopping is also very diverse. Bolston Quarter is a unique indoor-outdoor shopping, dining, entertainment plaza with incredibly modern businesses, styling, taste to make Bolston Quarter a truly one-of-a-kind experience, including a super modern food court with restaurants like Bar Taco and Jinya Ramen. They've got really cool entertainment options here. You've got Muse Paint Bar, Immersive Game Box, Regal Cinema, and the Capitals Ice Complex, where you can go to watch the Washington Capitals practicing, 5-wit, and a church, in addition to your typical shops like a T-Mobile. While not necessarily known for its nightlife, there are some really great places, Punch Bowl Social, Wino, First Down Sports Bar, which make for great nightlife options as well. In this neighborhood, there's a giant grocery store and numerous markets spread out through the neighborhood, and easy access to the Target and Harris Teeter right across the street in Blumont. Another key reason why Bolston made it so high on the list is that while it is substantially developed, there still is room for growth and development, which is always great if you're a homeowner in the neighborhood. You have 2 metro stops here, with Bolston being somewhat of a transportation hub for the county, and numerous employers. I have heard Bolston called the Washington Metro Region's hub for innovation, learning, technology, and science. You've got the federal DARPA agency here, Office of Naval Research, and numerous universities have campuses in Ballston. George Mason, George Washington, Marymount University, and Virginia Tech University. And beyond all that, Ballston does have Arlington's top-rated high school, Washington Liberty High School, which I think has at least quadrupled in size since I went there a couple years ago, which is right around the corner from Arlington's enormous Central Public Library. So if you have a high school student, they can go straight to the library to study after school. There are a few parks. You've got Quincy Park, Hayes Park, numerous other green spaces. One of the nicest things to me is that it is situated directly in between Blumont neighborhood, which is quiet and has so many great parks, and Clarendon, which is also a vibrant urban setting. The parking is actually very good in Ballston because it was built up more recently than some other neighborhoods in Arlington. Most of the buildings have parking underneath, and along the residential streets, they'll have zone parking so that only residents can park there during specific times. I know that I personally have never had trouble finding a parking space here. So with a ton of range of employers, things to do, places to eat, places to park, and a variety of types of homes to choose from, no matter what life stage you're in, Bolston can make a fantastic neighborhood for anyone. Thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to help get you information, discuss certain neighborhoods with you, and of course, more than anything, I absolutely love it when my YouTube viewers reach out that they are ready to move to the DC area and would like my help as their realtor to help them find and purchase a new home. So please don't hesitate to reach out anytime. You can call, text, or email. My contact information is in the description below. I hope you agree with at least some of my choices. I look forward to your feedback in the comments. Hopefully we can keep the discussion going there. It's always a wonderful way to connect and talk with the great community that we're building here. Please remember to like and subscribe. I've got tons more planned for you. Other than that, take care, and I hope to see you again soon.